Islam. Welcome back to the Moor Culture Podcast. I'm your host, Brother Tyshan Edwards Bey, and we're back for another episode with my co-host, Islam the Sheriff, Brother Sharif Bey,
Islam.
Islam the Elder Sheik, and Islam the other Elder Sheik, Brother Shay Quinn L, Islam the Sergeant Sergeant at Arms, Islam Moore. We're here in the temple. And we're back with More Culture Podcast, episode 46, I believe, in Supreme Mathematics. That is culture equality, Islam culture equality, all being born to knowledge cipher, Islam.
6 plus 4 is what?
Knowledge cipher, Islam. One's the foundation, that's knowledge.
Islam.
Add the cipher, Islam. Yeah, before we go too much further, just want to greet everybody with peace, Islam, Assalamu alaikum, Alafia, Ayonio, Rahu Bat, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste.
Oh, excuse me. Namaste. You said that?
Yeah.
Praise Allah.
Islam, more
Yes,
Islam,
sir.
all means peace,
Yeah.
peace. And in true Moorish fashion, in true Moorish tradition, just want to give and start with our praises and honors. Islam, more any more want to start with their praises and honors?
Yes. Peace and love. I like to rise in the eternal circle of light, giving all divine and perfect praises to Allah. And honor still so the divine prophet, noble dry late. And honor the forerunner, the prophet Marcus Mosaic Garvey. And honor to Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. May Allah be pleased with them for their mighty works. And honor to Emmanuel. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. And honor the Spirit of Truth, John Givens. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. And honor to the Nazarene, Allah, may Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. And honor to the Magi priest, Sidney Rotson, may Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. And honor to Hamid Anderson, may Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. And honor to R. Dingle L. Richardson Dingle L. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. And honor to the God man of the day, Jerome Graham Bey Melchizedek. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. And honor to R. Dingle L. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. And honor to the Chief Grand Resurrector, Timothy Dingle L. Hyphenated Prophet Noble Ali, and his other half, Mother Wisdom, Mother Ruth Grand Noblest, Louise Dingle L., and their daughter Diane Dingle L., and honor the Secretary, Grand Secretary Margaret Thompson Bey, and high honors to our Supreme Grand Governor R. Stone L., and his assistant Robert Page L., and his assistant Grand Governor Shem L. May Allah be pleased with them for their mighty works. May bless all their family. And honor to our Grand Governor here in Delaware, J. Howard Bey. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty works. And honor to everybody out there in my audience. May Allah and all our honored ancestors and those who have transformed on the soul plane of light. May Allah be pleased with them for their mighty work. Ashe Mojuba.
Islam, Ashe.
Islam, Mo.
Islam, more. You have to give your praise and knowledge, Brother Quinn L?
Indeed. I rise and give praise to the great God Allah. I rise and give honors to the prophet Noble Jew Ali. I give honors to the forerunner, Marcus Messiah Garvey. I give honors to all of the prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, Jonah, etc. One more time. I give honor to all of the prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Jonah, etc.
Islam.
Confucius. I want everyone to know that, Islam. I also want to give honors to the past and present leadership. I give honors to all those that are here today at the podcast, Brother Tyshan Bey, Brother Sharif Bey, and myself, Brother Quinn L., and Sister Haas that's on the sideline, Islam. And I also want to give praise and honors to Grand Governor J. Howard Bey, Islam.
Islam. I like to rise in the spirit of the seven and give all praises to Allah, high honors to the Prophet, Noble Jew Ali, high honors to the forerunner, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Islam, high honors to all past and present leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Islam, high honors to all true and divine prophets of Allah that stand on the square of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, Islam, and high honors to all the Moors worldwide, known and unknown, whether they know or they don't know, Islam, and high honors to all of our ancestors and everybody that paved the way for us to be here.
That's right.
Islam. And quick correction, it is episode 47. Let me not cut it short.
Okay, there we go.
Islam, we 47, and Supreme Math, that is culture God. Islam, culture God. So yeah, we're building a little bit different of a fire now.
Yes,
with the different mathematics. So culture God, all being born to knowledge or wisdom. Islam, wisdom. So drop some wisdom for me, Moore. I know you got something on in your
I
mind.
I don't want to forget about make America great again, as the president say.
Oh, we can't forget that.
And but first I want to go back to our great book of knowledge, the Holy Quran. It said, we created Adam out of black mud. We told the angels to bow down to Adam, but Iblis refused. He was one of the haughty ones. He said, I ain't bow down to that chump. He was made of clay. I was made of scorching winds. And Allah said, get out of here, you rejected one. Iblis prayed, he said, Allah, grant me respite. Allah grant me respite. And he said, very well will come from their left and their right, before them, behind them, and ambush them. And you will find most of them ungrateful. So he said, they will stand a straight way. That's religion. So he comes and ambushes with passion, the alcohol, the curse word, drugs, anything, cocaine, yeah, that's hot. You know all that, all the stuff, hot, right? Cigarettes, right? Alcohol stuff and curse words, anger and stuff like that. Anything that will pull you from grace. So, but also, check what it's saying. We created Adam out black mud. Told the other people to bow down to the black man. Right there, so that black man is God. So right there, excuse me, because the Nation of Islam, you say, who's that original man? That Asiatic black man, God of the physical universe, cream of the planet Earth. Know thyself.
Father of civilization, Islam.
So I just wanted to camelback off of what you're saying. Made the black mud, right? So a lot of our people always wonder, like, well, why we always got so much trouble? Why is everything always messing with us? God made us first. So
the angels will bow down.
Exactly. So the shaitan is going to come at us first. The shaitan is going to deal with us the most because we are the one, Islam. We are the one that Allah gave the breath to and woke us up.
House of Israel and some more.
Islam. And let's talk about this. What if America was Israel?
It is Israel.
That's a thought, right?
It is Israel. They
Islam.
set up from us.
But yeah, so I just want to, bring that up again. We are being tested every day, all day by the shaitan and the jinn because we were the created first. Islam. He was supposed to bow down to us. Iblis did not. He could not have it. Right? So now we are being tormented by the shaitan because he's trying to show Allah that we are not worthy. And see, we as a people, we have to get ourselves back. That's the reason why Noble Drew Ali created the Moorish Science Temple of America, so he could bring his people back, so he could uplift his people.
And President Trump, the president of the United States Corporation, he is right. He said, make America great again. But America can't get great again with white supremacy and neo-colonialism, neo-imperialism, and neo-Nazism. That's an ideal. And that we brothers and sisters that say you really are for America, you can't support that ideal. That's a nasty ideal. See, I was a lifeguard for 17 years. And I can't hate people because it's my job to save lives. And so a lot of you brothers and sisters out there don't have the testicular fortitude to stand up, to stop white supremacy, neo-colonialism, neo-imperialism, neo-Nazism, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, what I mean by testicle 14 mean you ain't got the balls.
Yep.
So you let the stuff go on and on and on and on. Matter of fact, nobody that don't look like us should be in our tribe, in our circle, calling out orders.
That's right, man.
Because according to Article 6, Section 2, it says the Constitution, the treaty, should be made supreme law of the land.
Mm-hmm.
And the judges of every state are bound thereby.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm coming from the supreme law of the land.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when people first came over here, the pilgrims came, we said peace.
Well,
Now you say peace.
Assalamu
In Arabic
alaikum.
is salam.
mm-hmm.
That's the source of peace.
You know, the Algonquian language, speaking, you know, now that you done started that, I just wanted to hit these people off with this. The Algonquian language is the Hebrew language.
Yes.
So when I said, well, I put the thought out, what if America was Israel?
That's the northern tribes, right?
Yeah.
The Algonquin.
That's
like
right.
Massachusetts, Boston, not
Mhm.
Boston,
New York,
Massachusetts, New York, yeah.
Canada,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They speaking Hebrew.
So even when I was talking about the fire, you know, the alcohol and the passion, et cetera, that's there to destroy you, to take you out. I like that verse in the Bible says, remember verse says, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. So everywhere you go around earth, you see people of our shade, the dark olive and medium olive and light olive shade complexion, swarthy complexion. That's where the natural resources are. Then you hear the colonizers say they're terrorists.
Hold on, though, real quick.
I'm sorry.
The olive. The prophet knew exactly what he was doing when he decided to give us an understanding of why we consider ourselves olive as far as our skin color, right? If you look at an olive, there's several shades of an olive.
Yes.
Okay? So the prophet was very on point when he used that as a term to describe our color or to describe our skin color, right? For those who don't know, please take a look at an olive, okay? Olive could be the darkest of the dark to the lightest of the light, but the whole spectrum is of color. Islam?
And so y'all, this war y'all see out before us today don't have nothing to do with Donald Trump. He's just a pawn for the military-industrial complex.
Hope. Military-industrial complex. Woo! That's major right
And,
there, Mo.
and so you got people playing on both sides.
That's right. That's right.
Making money. So now it's time for you people that to get some testicular fortitude or some balls and stand up and start to act like a righteous brother.
Now there was
If you say you believe in law, the last day, stand up. Speak, because he gave you the gifts of sight, speech, and hearing. What are you doing with your voice? You're on the wrong frequency. Why Shaitan, this crew slaughtered us. You all caught up in the lust.
That's right.
You don't want to march amongst the ranks of the righteous. The ranks of the righteous are people from all walks of life. We had all walks of life invested in America as a utopia.
That's right.
A beautiful ideal. Now you're going to let some minority or very few come and destroy what our ancestors built. People that don't care about nobody. You might run to the churches and mosques, so forth and so on, and do all these rituals, but if you don't come back and uplift fallen humanity, your prayers in vain. Allah see all that you're doing. You think Allah winketh at you're doing? The flashlights are on you. Allah speaks to man by the voice of man. He's using us as vessels to speak to you. Islam.
Islam.
Thank you, Moor.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Hey, you got that fire, Mo. That's what we need. That's exactly what we need. You know, it's been a lot of things going on in the world lately, man, and I just hope that everybody's waking up and paying attention, you know. Things are happening just so that they can be, you know, distracted on what's really happening, you know. Take, for instance, we was just talking about the picture that the president put up, that he put up on his social site or Truth Social, whatever.
Him depicted as Jesus.
Right. Now, come on, man. Come on, man. Them people always depicted themselves as Jesus. I don't know why they do that.
You know the deepest part about it? right now, he's the star of the show.
Exactly.
Oh,
But that's
yeah.
why he's doing it.
He's the star of the show, but to all the people out there, religious folk, Donald Trump, I want to talk about law.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about Allah.
Yo, he
I
was,
want to get deep in that
Exactly.
holy breath.
Exactly.
That holy breath give me life.
They keep paying attention to the shaitan.
You know, I thank Allah for them good teachers that I had in the
man.
church
That's right.
that told me the Bible was a two-edged sword.
That's right.
When you use it right, that's why the judge got on the bench and stuff, and he throw it at you because you ain't studied.
Right.
If you study, he wouldn't have to lock you up. And so you read the Bible, you know, so you put on that Ephesians 6:11 said, put on the forearm of God, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith to quench yourself from all fire, darts of the wicked, sword of the truth, which is the spirit. Then John 1 said, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and all things were made by him. And God was light, the light of God was light of man. And light shineth in darkness, but man in darkness comprehendeth not. And the Word was made flesh. Then you go over to Psalm 91, he said, 1,000 shall fall at thy side.
Islam.
Tens of thousands at the right hand. That's when you let that two-edged sword work for you. Islam.
Islam.
I swear, Mo, you always touch on the things that need to be spoke about. Either you touch them somehow or you write on it, right? But based off of what you just hit, I'm catching on, right? A lot of people have misconceptions about this, okay? And I want to bring it up because you're talking about it. The Bible, Christianity, right? Do you know that there was 3 different sects after Jesus passed away, so-called, right? 3 different sects in Christianity, okay? Now, there was one sect that did not believe that Jesus was the Son of God. Does anybody know what sect that was called?
Only one I know of is Catholicism, right, and Protestant. That's 2.
Judaism.
Mm-hmm. They called themselves the Jacobs.
Jacobs.
Right? Not the Jacobs, like I'm saying
Okay.
Jacobs, but they didn't have J back in the time. It was a Y, right? So like the same thing as Jacob would be Yakub
Yeah,
or whatever,
Yakub.
right?
Yeah.
But these individuals followed Jesus, right? But they did not believe that Jesus was the Son of God, okay? They believed just like we believe in Islam, right?
Yeah.
Now, what happened to that sect? The 2 other sects killed that whole set. They got rid of them, okay? Now, that was the last set that still believed in the way that we believe in Islam about Jesus and how Jesus was.
Yeah.
So a lot of people always want to say that, oh, Christianity is this is what it is, this is what it is. Just like the Quran states, the faith of Christianity, the real faith, right, is the same faith as Islam.
Islam.
What I like about the prophet, Professor Timothy Dingle, he taught us how to study Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. So a lot of people look at us and say we're religious, right? That's only part of it.
Right.
A big part of us is government. A lot of times I don't even want to hear about religion, but I love it. It's part of it. But I don't want people to keep using you, my brothers and sisters, as their pawns. When you can get more up out of it if you only possess that testicular fortitude to get up and come to light. Because right now you're dead. They know what they're saying when they called you black man and black woman. They put you in the graveyard. But it's a positive when it's said in the right way, because it can be used as a noun and or adjective. But you got to know, we got to learn how to use our speaking.
Now, I want to speak correctly because I sometimes say things because it comes right off the top because I already know it's already in my brain, right? So I may not pronunciate the word right, or I might not say the word right? So I want to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. All right? So the term Christian sect, Jacob, right, most commonly refers to the historical significance of the Jacobites, a West Syrian branch of Christians who believed that Jesus was not the Son of God. Okay? So listen, other interpretations include modern communities like Jacob's Well or the biblical study of the patriarch Jacob, often in House of Jacob. The Jacobites, origin, named after Jacob Barnabas. See, here we go. Baradaeus. Jacob Barnabas. Is that how you say that? Am I saying that right?
I missed the letters, but
Baradaeus.
Let me see.
Baradius?
Can you put it in there? Let me see. Hold on. Where's it at?
Is it B-A?
Right here.
R-A-D. Barad.
B-A-R-A.
You gotta increase it.
Baradis.
Sorry. I got it. Let me see. Oh, Baradaeus.
Baradaeus.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mo. 6th century, who helped establish a church often persecuted for holding views of believing Christ as a singular nature. Characteristics: Western Syrian branch, traditionally known to make the sign of the cross with one finger.
And you people,
Hold up. That's why I be doing this, man.
That's not a cross. though. That's
not
a cross.
Right, but
Nigel was right when we argued when he said Tammuz. When he said where the cross came from. Remember he said that?
He said, I forgot.
He said Tammuz was the son of Nimrod. And Nimrod had a baby by his mom, and they called the son Tammuz, right? And they had people worshiping him. So his symbol was a cross because the name began with look like a T.
that's right. So I want to bring that up because, hold on, what I just say? The sign of the cross was a finger, right? Islam. Allah is one, right?
Is that-
Right.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's get with this though, Mo.
Yeah.
Let's get with this. Praise be to Allah. Prophet Muhammad, may Allah be pleased, when he promoted monotheism, right? But he wasn't the first one to promote monotheism.
Of course.
What about Akhenaten? Akhenaten means the
Akhenaten,
one.
right,
Akhenaten.
Akhenaten, right.
So people make a big argument over this, you know. And you see how don't people argue real deep about this? But it's much bigger than that.
That's what I'm
Much
saying.
bigger
It's
than
much
that.
bigger than that. That's why, when I see a lot of this stuff on social media or when I see it amongst our people and you deal with them on a daily basis, we are still so confused. We still trying to attach ourselves to a group, a sect.
Yeah, we still down the pit.
You know what I mean?
We still down the pit. You try to show people salvation, but that ain't salvation.
And the prophet knew
that might be a door that you open,
Right.
but that's allowed leading on, and victories assured because Allah, he changes with the elements,
Islam.
right? Don't he change with earth, wind, fire, water?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Now look, one more. House of Jacob, often associated with Black Hebrew Israelite movement elements, emphasizing obedience to Old Testament dietary laws and Sabbaths, sometimes interpreted as a sect. So that's what I'm trying to explain here, okay? Jesus never created Christianity, okay?
Jesus was not a Christian.
Jesus was not a Christian.
Can I ask you a question, though, Mo?
Yeah, Mo.
Like they said that Jesus, he said, was talking to Peter. He said, I should call you Cephas, which means rock or stone, right? That's my favorite name too. And on this rock I build my church, and the gates of hell should not prevail against it. You remember hearing that? What puzzles me is that all these other Protestant religions came up out of the Catholic Church or the Catholic Cathedral.
That's right.
So it wasn't called church, then it was called cathedral, right? So why didn't Jesus say, on this rock I build my cathedral? Something sound fishy, don't it, Bo?
Indeed, Mo. So the point I'm trying to make, all right, because everybody wants to say, oh, you guys talk about this, you talk about that. Listen, it's not about a separation of religion. It's about understanding the facts, understanding history, and knowing who you are. Okay? Now, back to what I'm talking about with these 3 different sects of Christianity. I'm bringing this up because, look, what did I just brought up, right? It said that they believe that the symbol of the cross is one finger, right? But No one created Christianity for Jesus, okay? What happened was you had followers of Jesus who wanted to follow the way he was actually doing, right? Take, for instance, one of these sects was called the Jacobites, right? They wanted to follow how Jesus was portraying the message.
And Jesus never, going back where we first started off, Jesus never told nobody to worship a Neanderthal.
That's right.
And
That's
so,
right.
so people keep putting that spiritualism at us,
Right.
and that's bad, even with the holidays, because you don't find their holiday in the Bible. They said Easter was named after a start day.
But
Well, I'm a pagan god, excuse me.
Right, no, I'm sorry.
And 4th of July, it's the 4th of July because they call that Independence Day. How it gonna be independence when the bar almost run everything? How it gonna be independent and stuff where it's not rails mostly everything in America? And then you got Thanksgiving, where it represents where Moors was kicked up out of
Turkey.
Spain in
So, Spain,
1492,
1492,
and Black Friday, where they cut the Turkish heads off
Right.
too. That bird represents where they cut the turkey's head off.
Right.
Santa Claus spelled backwards was Satan's claws.
But this
So
is
people keep
right.
putting that. Go ahead.
But this is where all of that was happening at. This is where all of the mix up of the Christian religion was happening at. Because remind you, in Turkey, what happened in Turkey? Isn't Istanbul in Turkey?
Yeah, Istanbul.
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 Istanbul. Isn't
Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's in Turkey, right? And that is where they cut the head off of who?
Muhammad.
That's right. So look,
The head
you
of Satan was taken on 1450.
exactly right.
So who you say it was?
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying
The
is
Catholic Church.
no, but what I'm trying to explain is that this all happened in the area of Turkey. They want to consider it West Syrian or whatever, right?
It's happening the same place now.
Right. Boom. That's what I'm trying to explain, right? We fighting over the stuff that we should not be fighting over is what I'm saying.
And we fight because we don't study.
Right. You don't know. People don't know.
It's a shame. And I love how Allah's been working with me as far as education.
Yeah.
I've always loved to read and so forth and so on. And then the angel told Prophet Muhammad in Mount Hira in the cave, Ikra, read and name your garden Lord taught man. The use of pen taught him that which you do not read, creation. When you read in creation, you read in the Quran.
And I want to clear something up because I saw something today that kind of had me upset. And this is how we as a people with this media and stuff get to fighting with each other, right? So the brother Killer Mike, I think he had put something out talking about how Christianity was introduced to black folks by the Europeans. The brother was right about that. But the thing about it is that you got to understand what he's saying. So I seen another brother who came on some site saying that, what Killer Mike said was actually not true. Christianity started in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're right about that
That's a
too.
different type of Christianity.
Hello. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, we as a people got to stop going back and forth, man. That brother was right, and Killer Mike was right.
Because when you get into Ethiopian stuff,
exactly.
That's some
Now, hold up.
That's some very powerful spirit.
That's very powerful. Not only that, and the brother was right by why he was saying that, the faith of Christianity or whatever started in Ethiopia. Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
But hold on, let me get out what I'm trying to say though. But at the same time, you have to emphasize what you're talking about. Because you now are taking the role that, you're going against what Killer Mike said. Why are you going against? So here we go again. The Shaitan is playing with us again. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like we as a people got to actually understand and know who we are and understand the history and the facts about it before we just start saying random stuff. I mean, take for instance myself. The knowledge that I give you is knowledge that I've researched myself that I can go back to and bring up on the podcast and show you. It's not something that I'm just making up. But if we're going to say something about somebody that says something, we need to understand and clarify exactly what we mean. Because now that can be turned around like, now you coming at Killer Mike, another brother with another brother. And look at what we doing to ourselves. Go ahead, Mo.
See, I'll be studying. I'm getting real deep and stuff. I want you to ask you a question, right? Because I know you gonna take me traveling and stuff like that. He might not know him, right? What
I might not either, bro. Hit.
which shade of skin do you think Enoch was?
Ooh. Enoch.
Yeah.
Which shade of skin?
He's a,
What Enoch you talking about?
You
What
talking
Enoch?
about the Enoch that went to heaven?
Yeah, translate.
Trans.
Just like my grandmother.
which,
I have Enoch's book.
I say olive, Mo.
Huh?
I'm gonna say olive.
Oh well, I just kicked that out there.
Yeah.
I just kicked that out there.
that's not a fair thing to say because we just said olive is all shades. So you just make it.
Right.
I said olive. I ain't say olive. I said,
You got
Right.
you got a brown olive too. You got a yellow olive
Yeah,
too.
that's correct.
You got olives in all shades.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say a dark olive.
That's what olive oil is holy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a dark olive. That's what I'm gonna say.
I'm just spiritual to ask you that question, right? Because I know. See, the deepest part thing people don't know. They said Enoch was translated. Enoch walked with God, right?
Islam.
So is Enoch here now, Mo? Come on. Is he here, Mo? Is he here, Mo?
He is, Mo. He is, Mo.
Now, so we're talking. So we asked all the other scholars out there what they probably do. Go to another channel.
Mm-hmm.
They probably would run because a lot of people got certain agendas.
That's
A lot
That's
of people ain't about the grand resurrection. I learned about
That's
the grand
right.
resurrection in the
That's
Moorish
right.
Science Temple American.
Right.
I know that when that word black is another word for slavery,
Mm-hmm.
and we keep clinging on to that name, Negro, black, colored, et cetera, and that what really wanted to bring up tonight, I'm glad Allah give me the honor to talk to you, and we can share this too, right? You heard about Tulsa, Oklahoma, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Rosewood,
Mm-hmm.
and all them cities they sang. That was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Of course.
Now, I want y'all hearing me out here now, out there in my audience. Guess who's working for the agent now, the enemy now?
Mm.
To help get rid of us.
Us.
No, a lot of politicians.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of politicians with that gentrification stuff.
That's right, Mo. But that's the whole thing.
They don't think about what
It's the
happened.
agendas.
They don't think about what happened to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Rosewood, and all them places like that, and
Even in Philly,
New York,
move.
Move, and all that,
Yeah.
so forth and so on. Then you got people come on say that they represent. They could never represent you as a black man, because a black man means dead.
That's right, Mo.
They can't represent you as a nation.
That's right.
They
Mo.
can't represent the God of your forefathers, Abraham, Buzz, Baruch, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, Joseph, by Mary. That's royal bloodline. It's
Right.
love.
Islam.
And where did Muhammad go when he first introduced Islam? Where did he go? He had to go to Africa.
Yes.
He had to go to what? To the one king in Ethiopia who what was
Abyssinia.
considered Islam.
But where are we now?
That's where we at, Mo.
All right.
I just think it's deep though because
what they keep doing, they keep distorting maps.
right.
That's all part of the war. They keep changing maps.
And then
And they got us arguing over Foundation Black
Right,
America and so
right.
forth and so on. It goes deep in that.
Right.
So the Foundation Black America got a point
Mhm.
how people coming and over here sucking up all the rights that was fought for, and them other brothers and sisters should respect that.
Mhm.
But we had to learn how to bring our, like they say, the Holiness Church, bring our spirits in one accord, because we are part and parcel of that.
That's right, Mo.
Hmm?
That's right. Yeah, you know.
Because when I hear them argue about the Foundation Black Americans, yeah, I'm that. But I got my people from Haiti and Ghana too.
Oh, we got questions, Mo? Somebody they asked.
No, I was checking some topics out earlier though. Yeah. We're not live, unfortunately.
Oh, all right.
I wish.
All right. I thought people, were saying.
But so we have to know how important in the 101 question where it says, what is an angel? So the angel is the thought of law
Oh, Allah.
manifested in the flesh.
Flesh.
What is the duties of an angel? To carry messages to the four corners of the world, to all nations.
Mm.
What message you think he carrying about? With that everlasting gospel.
That's what he carrying. The everlasting
Jesus,
God.
Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad.
That's all it. That's all the
Yes.
same. That's it.
Mhm.
That's right, Mo. You absolutely right.
Because you're traveling wherever you go, your third eye is open.
That's right.
And a prophet trained us to study about universally.
Hmm.
He said, that's why I don't have time to argue with nobody over their beliefs.
And that's when I did the honors. I did it twice because people are not realizing we represent all of the prophets, Mo.
Islam.
So I don't understand what's the misconception. What's
Just
the
like
problem
just like I just mentioned Enoch.
in Islam?
In the Holy Quran, they call him Idris.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. So the people just choose one thing, topics to stick on. But our problem is great.
Hmm.
Mm.
The prophet told us about the holy breath, because when you get in tune with holy breath, you become like
Who's that?
Superman.
S on your chest.
Huh?
It's slim. You got the S on your chest.
Yeah, spirit man. You
That's
know what I
right,
mean?
Mo. That's
Spirit
right,
man.
Mo.
Spirit
So
man.
we had to really be in tune with our spirits because
Wow.
because the colonizer and us shouldn't be on the same frequency.
That's right, Mo.
And once you change your frequency and have your commitment to Allah, he'll flee.
Yeah.
And what he teaches, try to teach you Islam.
Everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants to be a part of something. You don't have to do that, Mo. You don't have to do that. A lot of the colonization and a lot of the mind of the colonizer is still here to this day, and a lot of our people are still using that because they want to be with the Joneses or they want to be a part of some political aspect just to say that they are. But the thing about it is, what are you doing for your people, though?
No policy enforcers.
What are you doing?
See, Allah's making new people because a lot of older Moses had let the people stay in the wilderness for 40 years.
Huh.
That's why the prophet Ali said, "I come for the young and unborn."
That's right.
Because this message is different.
That's right.
It's still being developed. The trumpet has been sounded. This is the final call. We resurrecting fallen humanity. This battle must be done in a conflict that cannot be fully told in words.
Mm-hmm.
A multitude of lessons man must learn upon the plane of soul. And here he tarries many ages until his lessons are all learned.
40 days they were supposed to stay out there.
Yes.
And they couldn't do it. Most of them couldn't do it.
And a lot of times we had to go in the wilderness. That means we got to fast.
Right. He came down with the tablets. And they still wasn't trying to do it. They still wasn't trying to listen to the brother, man. Wow. So that just goes to show you,
And so people need to be fed. We can't keep dwelling on the same. I thank Allah for letting me. Soon I'll have a PhD in educational leadership, but I always like to study because when you study, I was thinking about Brother Quinn when I was in my front room. That brother got his book bag.
That's right, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't play. Oh, I got more here.
I said he like me. I like the books, but I go on YouTube and all computer and online now and stuff because my site. And so when you do that, it makes you a new man.
That's right, man.
Because I don't want to be around those low frequency people.
That's right.
Because I know Allah's educating me and you, so we know that we can make a change.
Make a change.
Because when them people talk on that bull crap, that ain't real America talking white supremacy, neo-colonialism, neo-imperialism, and neo-Nazism and stuff, I say, be gone, Satan.
Be gone. Right, man. Speaking of that, I got some books. Islam.
Yeah. Hit it with some history. You was at the American Revolutionary Museum.
Oh, indeed. So over the Easter weekend, I guess you want to say, on Saturday, I took the family to the Museum of the American Revolution. I'm always doing stuff like that for my children and also for my wife because all of this information that I have, you know, sometimes people need proof. You know, sometimes word of mouth is not enough. So I want to make sure that I'm giving my children everything that they need so that they can go get that proof and they know where it is and they know that they're part and partial. Islam?
Islam.
So I got 2 books right here. Phillis Wheatley. She was destined to become the first published woman of African descent. Phillis Wheatley was born around 1753. She was taken by the slave ship Phillis. So that's where she got her first name. So let me bring that up to you. All right. She was taken by the slave ship Phillis to Boston in 1761 and bought by John and Susanna Wheatley. The Wheatleys provided her with an education that was unusual for a woman of the time and astonishing for a slave. Phillis published her first poem in 1767 around the age of 14 and won most public attention and considerable international fame before she was 20 years old. Now, there's a couple things I want to point out about her, because here it says it was astonishing for a slave. Okay, now hold up though. Now remember, we brought this up 2 Mondays ago. There's several different terms to the word slave, right? Now hold up. This is her emblem right here. Now this is actually the emblem that they created for her back in that time, okay? This is not something that they just created and they just put it on a book. This is the actual emblem of Phillis Wheatley, okay? Now this is what it says on it. Phillis Wheatley, Negro servant. Hold up. So on the back of the book, it says astonishing for a slave. On the actual emblem of the woman, it says Negro servant. There's a difference between a slave and a servant. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's
But some I read in the book, slave in Islam they say slave servant. So this
Hold on
what you just asked. It depends on what culture you're in. It makes me go back and want to do more research on it.
Correct, right? And that's what I'm saying. How can you use the term slave on the back of the book, but on the actual emblem that represents who she was that you got in the 1700s, it says servant, right? There is a difference between a slave and a servant. And when you say
servant's a house nigga, right?
Hold up. I'm about to get into it. It says servant to Mr. John Wheatley of Boston. Now, I want to bring up something too, because a lot of people don't know this. Massachusetts in the 1700s had no slaves. Whoop!
No slaves.
I got proof.
Had no slaves.
1790, the first census was created. Look at it. Go find it, okay? Because it was only 13 states at that time, right? Massachusetts had no slaves. Look at the record.
All right, what was
Now,
the rest plate? What were the rest plates?
Listen,
It was 13
Mo,
states.
it was 2 states that didn't have slaves at all during the 1790 census that picked up all of free white people, all other free persons, slaves, and whatever else they had going on. I got it. I got it on my phone. You can download it on the Library of Congress for free. It's the census. Okay?
You can download the census free.
You can download it, yes. I have it. It's a book.
And it gives you what?
All of how many slaves, how many free people of each of the 13 states.
Can you send that to my email?
Email, I will, Mo. But I just want to let y'all know Rhode Island and Massachusetts had no slaves. So when this says Negro servant, I'm going to read it, but if it says Negro servant, wait a minute. Those servants get paid? Oh. Oh, okay. So let's open the book real quick. Hold up, Mo.
What do you think an employee is?
Hold up, Mo. I'm about to open the damn book. Because people be thinking I'm crazy, man. I'm not crazy, Mo. I just read, Mo. Introduction. Born around 1753, somewhere in West Africa, probably between present-day Gambia and Ghana. The little girl who would become Phillis Wheatley was brought. Now, in the introduction, it says she was brought. In the back of the book, it says she was bought.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. Let's keep reading. Was brought to Boston, Massachusetts on July 11th, 1761, aboard the Phillis, a slave ship commanded by Captain Peter and owned by Timothy Fitch. At the time, approximately 1,000 of Boston's more than 15,000 residents were servants, with perhaps 20 free people of African descent in the total population. About 7 or 8 years old, her front, this is just the introduction, so excuse me, her front teeth were missing. The sickly child was soon brought by the slave dealer John Avery by John Wheatley, a Boston merchant, for his wife, Susanna, named after her new owners, and the vessel that had brought her to America. Phillis Wheatley was taken to the Wheatley home at the corner of King Street, present day, to help Wheatley's few other domestic slaves, right? Now, hold on. Care for their mistress and master, as well as their 18-year-old twins. Okay? Now, hold on.
What they just say? Why are you caring for an 18-year-old?
Hold on.
These are grown adults.
Hold on. Because I want to read where it states.
You're wiping their butts or 18?
Didn't care for the 18-year-old twins.
Oh no, but yeah, that sounds like a slave to me. That sounds like a slave to me. She didn't even have her name, or they gave her her name. They gave her her whole identity. She's not even a person.
Right. But what I'm trying to get at is that the Wheatleys, they did not make her a slave. She was a servant. She got paid.
Okay.
She got paid. That's what I'm getting to. She helped the Wheatleys, with a few other domestic servants, care for the mistress and master, as well as their 18-year-old twins. The Wheatleys were members of the New South Congregational Church. Susanna was an active supporter of the missions of the Methodist minister George Whitefield and others. I can keep going, but what I'm trying to get you to understand is that she was purchased by the Wheatleys to be a servant, to get paid for what she was doing at the Wheatleys' home. That is the reason why she was able to establish what she was established as far as poetry, writing, so on and so forth.
Yeah, she's a published author, which is
Exactly.
obviously not something that
A slave can do.
Yeah,
That's the point that I'm trying to make here.
But
Hold on. Go ahead.
no, her name, just her name in itself, though, because
Right,
her name is so
The
important.
Wheatleys didn't give it to her, though, right?
Well, she got her name. Her
the
name's
person-
Wheatley.
No, the person who put her on the slave ship gave her the name Phillis because it was the Phillis slave ship. His name was John.
Mm-hmm.
The Wheatleys attached her last name to Phillis because that's what they gave her. That's who they purchased her from gave her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the person that got her off the ship, he must have been a slave master, yes. However, who she was bought by did not keep her as a slave. That's what I'm trying to make the point here.
Okay.
That's why Phillis Wheatley was so successful as a servant, a Negro servant, to get to where she is now, even with George Washington. Right? All right, so I just want to make clear about that. I'm not saying that, the ship that she was on was not a slave. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the people that purchased her from that guy did not make her a slave. She became a servant and she got paid at the Wheatley's house. That's what I was trying to say.
Is
All
that?
right.
Is that?
Now,
So,
Go ahead.
on reality, if you look at what has been done, the colonizers and the policy enforcers, they done enslaved a lot of people. Colonization is slavery. Imperialism is slavery. Neo-Nazism is want to keep enforcing that. So we had to study to show ourselves approved and let the Holy Breath, Holy Spirit enter in us to awake the sleeping giant inside of us, because it's a lot of work for us to do.
Oh, there it
Fear-
is. I
Fear,
missed it.
fear is man's greatest enemy. What does fear stand for, Mo?
False expectations appearing real.
False expectations, right?
Mhm.
False evidence, right? Right?
I heard of false expectations appearing real. That's what I heard.
Or false, false expectation
Appearing
real.
real.
False evidence appearing real. So people say, how tall are you? You're short when you can't get the truth off. You're very small when you can't get the truth off.
So I apologize. This is where it is that I needed to read. Okay. Phillis in 1761 and bought by John and Susanna Wheatley, who employed her as a domestic servant. That's what I was looking for. Excuse me.
Isn't that?
Yeah,
The Wheatleys-
My mom used to do domestic work.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is that she was employed by the Wheatleys. She was not a slave for the Wheatleys. You understand what I'm saying?
My mom used to do domestic work. Is that something the same thing?
Domestic work.
Yeah, she used to work in the bank president's office
Yeah.
or something like
She
that.
getting paid though.
Mhm.
See that's what I'm trying. The colonizers in America, when they had slaves, they treated them like ish. We know this because they were slaves. Okay? Domestic servant, being employed. You're getting paid to do your job. You understand what I'm saying?
She got bought more.
Mo, she got employed.
She got no.
She
That was
got-
not a job
She
interview.
didn't get by.
It was not a job
She got
interview.
bought by
It was- she
John.
got-
No,
purchased.
the same things happen now. We still enslaved anyway. I mean, I don't care. Employees are another name for slavery. There's degrees of this.
No, she was not
When
considered
you
a
say-
slave.
huh?
Mo. She was not considered a
What
slave.
you think? What you think the masses out here?
I'm just telling you what it say. Do it say that she would? It don't say
No,
that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Who employed her as a domestic servant?
They,
What you
they
think-
bought her.
what you
They
think
said-
they-
it said she bought her. They
when,
bought her.
when people work for the corporation, they're not corporate slaves.
Yeah, we are. Anybody that works for a corporation is a corporate slave.
Right.
Anybody paying taxes is a slave.
Yeah,
Right.
For the
So,
most
so
part.
then,
I mean-
when you finish working with them, the vampires, drain your energy. You got to go to the spiritual retreat
Mm-hmm.
to come whole again. And when you come whole again, that's when the battle get loose. Yeah, I mean, Mo?
That's right.
You got to lose some spirits, right, Mo?
Indeed.
It's like-
And I got another book, Black Founders. Now, both of these books I purchased at the American Revolution in the Gift Center or whatever. But it's important because, like I said, we are part and parcel of this country, man.
Islam.
We built this country, man.
No,
Um,
reality, we got to start telling the truth.
That's
by,
right.
By law,
Right.
that all them people are foreigners.
Right.
I'm gonna bring it and show you to it as law. So when they say the immigrants and they got to go home, so forth, so on, we got to reveal who these people that's doing all this crazy stuff.
That's right.
Because inshallah, the people around the world is watching us.
That's right.
You know, like I was thinking, I'm glad you brought that up because, like Malcolm said, in slavery you had a house Negro
Mo,
and a field Negro. Let me finish.
you ain't putting no slave in no picture like this, looking like this, Mo,
Let-
and saying that she's
Can I
a
finish?
servant.
Can I finish?
You gonna put on here if she a slave, you gonna put she a slave.
Can I finish?
I'm just saying. Go ahead, Mo.
So, you know, I apologize. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm
I'm
done.
sorry.
I'm
Go
done.
ahead.
I'm done.
Malcolm said in slavery, Hajj Malik Shabazz said in slavery you had a house Negro and a field Negro. And the field Negro said, when the house caught on fire, said, I wish he would die, right? And the house Negro said, boss, you sick? We sick too. He said, matter of fact, I heard one the other day said, our astronauts, and he can't get 5 miles away from the plant. You know, he can't get 5 miles near the plant. Now, like people say, we in debt. And they owe us for all them years of slavery, right? Servitude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, the war, how many people you heard on TikTok saying, yeah, we over there in Iran? How many people have you heard say that? Man, people keep saying we.
Yeah, you're referencing the war, referencing
Right,
the
like
country.
it's-
We're at
right.
war.
And yeah, we do. It's time for us to separate.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you can't separate, you can't stand for
Right.
God. Because God wants you to depart from the wicked.
Right.
Because if you don't separate, like Albert Cleveland said, if you're not a part of the problem, you're part of. If you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
That's right.
So you had somebody pull you off the square and take you to go murder people,
Right.
and think Allah gonna forgive you for that?
Right.
You murdering people unjustly.
Right.
We got issues over here,
Right.
got to be addressed. Issues ain't never been addressed. We forget about everything else,
Right.
and that we want to address something that the oligarchs or the military-industrial complex agents started. We got to get stopped at. We got to stand up amongst the ranks of the righteous.
That's right.
Holy Quran says, those who come in ranks. The righteous come in ranks.
That's right.
So people got to stop faking the funk. How you going to be a man and you scared of another man? The other man ain't doing nothing. You spreading them lies.
That's right, man.
I don't be around them other people like that. Then what comes across TV, what's it say, broadcast a broad spell, Mo.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
But that's right. Just like how you were speaking about when we was talking about how Ghana, they tried to get everybody in the UN to vote about the reparations. There was 3 countries that didn't: United States, Argentina, and Israel. Mm-hmm. And then the brother got up there and they asked him. They said, "How do you feel about that?" And the brother was talking. He was like, "Listen, we actually brought this up a year ago.
No.
Years ago, we brought this up that we were going to implement this or try to get this passed. We even brought, we gave everyone time," he stated.
Yeah.
That's what the wars is about,
Right.
though.
So he was like, for them not to acknowledge
what you said, all the wars, they fight now is about these people think they have the right to colonize somebody.
Right.
And I know that when I look at my brothers and sisters, we superior fighters.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to them paws and stuff like that, that's why they pick up the guns, because they can't handle them paws, you know what I mean?
That's right.
All facts.
So look, here we go. This is actually from the museum. This book was made by the museum, by the way. So this one was in the gift shop, but this was not made by the actual museum. This is actually literature that was made by the Penguin Classics about Phillis Wheatley. Right. I also have one like this about Marcus Garvey. The same Penguin Classics. They have one about Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, so on and so forth. But I just wanted to bring significance to her because at the age of 20, she was published, okay, during the 1700s. And no, a slave cannot be published. And that's why I'm just trying to put significance on. This family paid her to do what she was doing at the home, as well as encourage her to continue to write poems and to write literature and to be published. She worked her way all the way up to George Washington, Islam. But anyway, another brother I wanted to bring up is the James Forten. All right, James Forten walked the streets of Philly in the 1770s as a young man. He was surrounded by the sights and sounds of the revolutionary transformation. He heard the words of the Declaration of Independence read out loud for the first time in 1776 before setting sail to fight for the independence in 1781. So hold up now.
Hold on, 1770. I thought 1776. Okay, the Declaration of Independence was before the war.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. But at this time, he was a young man, free in Philly, hearing about the Declaration of Independence and the Revolutionary War, this, that, and the third. And he ended up getting on a boat and fighting. He went overseas to fight for the independence in 1781 from Philly. You know what I mean? Like, that's very important. He was born a free man of African descent. Forten lived in a revolutionary city and used his wartime experience to forge himself into the change maker in Philadelphia and the young United States, becoming a successful businessman, philanthropist, and a stalwart abolitionist. I don't know what that is.
Abolitionist.
Excuse me. Black
That
found.
mean-
Go ahead.
mean against slavery.
Exactly. So black founders, the Forten family of Philadelphia, introduces visitors to the Forten and his descendants as they navigated the American Revolution and cross-racial relationships in Philadelphia to become leaders of the movement and of women's suffrage movement. There he is. Can you believe it? The brother went and fought during the American Revolution. All right, before the Declaration of Independence, he went overseas to go do that, to help fight as a revolutionary. But everybody wants to say during that time we were not anything. We were just this, we were just that, right? But look at these images in this book. People of African descent in the United States of 1776. I'm going to pass this around because I'm going to ask your brothers. What do you see that's very significant about these brothers on these pictures and these women?
Oh, you called that last week where they stole the dress from. You know, they when you see washing and them dressing and stuff, they're really dressing like us.
But what's on their heads, though? What's on the so-called brothers and sisters' heads in that picture?
Was the wigs?
Yeah. No.
No, they got look like some turbans on some of them.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Let me see again.
Those up here got some turbans.
Oh yeah, they got turbans on.
Some headdresses.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Islam, some ancient headdresses for real.
Yeah. And then there she is again.
Yep.
She was published in London, Miss Wheatley.
Mm.
And then it also breaks down, you know, when he went to war at sea, James Forten grew up in the middle of the war. Soldiers and sailors of the streets and docks of Philadelphia served as a constant reminder of America's fight for independence.
Mm.
So, you know, this whole, like, race thing, man, y'all got to wake up, man. You know what I mean? Like,
And join the Royal Council.
come on, man. Yeah.
Become a member of the Royal Council of Silent Brotherhood.
And on July 8, 1776, Philadelphians heard the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence. Okay? And during that time, James Forten was a young man. So this was like, you know, before it was signed, sealed, delivered. Our people were a part of this. You understand? As the revolutionary words echoed through the crowd, a free African-American child named James Forten watched and listened. He was just 9 years old. Over the next 60 years, the Declaration's promise of equality formed the core of Forten's principles. As a teenager, the man was a teenager. He decided to fight for the independence of the United States during the Revolutionary War. By 1800, Forten owned a successful sail-making business in Philadelphia. He married a fellow Philadelphian named Charlotte Van Deen in 1805, and together they raised a large family. The Forten family helped to build a robust, free African-American community in the city and struggled to end slavery in the new nation. Islam.
So in all reality,
Come on, man.
brothers and sisters, you have to study in this life. If you don't study, you're closing doors on yourself. You study so you can stay ahead of the next man. As I'm speaking, people planning our demise. We ain't going to go out without a fight. Let's go out the righteous way. Don't let people plan your destiny. Let Allah win. He's leading all the victories assured.
Join the A team.
Man.
Join Allah's team.
That's right.
Islam. We're on an hour mark. More real quick. I had a question about what's the brother, the Philadelphia brother? James. The last name Forten. He said he had a community. Did they say where that community was, or what part of Philly? Because I would love to see if there's any history there, any buildings or structures or anything from his community that he built out there.
That's funny you asked that too, because
It's also more, you know, I've been running the brothers, right? I don't really feel like some brothers just don't study.
Mhm.
And then they want to jump in a conversation as if they know, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You have to do research. That feels upsetting, right?
yeah.
When you done studied, did all these years of research, and people try to get religious with you. You know what I mean, Mo?
Right. Oh, I know, bro. Oh, I know.
I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. So, but Allah wants us to do research.
It's crazy because all it says is that the 3 generations of the Forten family lived primarily in Philadelphia from 1700s to the 1900s. James Forten in Charlotte had 9 children and 22 grandchildren.
Mm.
Now,
It's like Frederick Douglass was a serious speaker.
yeah,
He was like, I think he spoke deeper than Farrakhan. You know,
Wow.
on that level in his day, right?
that's crazy because it says even his
Did you hear
parents
what I'm saying,
were
Mo?
free, but it don't say what part of the city.
Mo,
Yeah.
when I studied, I'm not saying he spoke deeper than Farrakhan, but he's like the Farrakhan of his day, the Frederick Douglass.
Islam.
He was deep, man.
Yeah.
I know
There
he'd
you
get
go.
down like that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're on that this year, the 250-year anniversary of the
Mhm.
founding of this corporation called the United States of America, Islam, and as a part of this government, it is good to know our history in it. So please do your research. Everybody is implored to do your own research and know thyself, know where you come from, know the actual history. We don't talk about this stuff. I mean, like this is right in that museum, but yet you don't hear about
You don't
any of
hear
this
about
stuff
it,
inside
right.
of school. They don't teach this stuff. But yet is knowledge that they know that they give out, but you have to kind of search for it. And you have to read. Like Brother Shreve said, too many Moors, too many people, known and unknown Moors, talk about stuff that they don't know nothing about.
They don't know nothing
They're
about it.
just parroting
Here you go, Mo.
other people's stories.
Here go the map of where they said he was. Or where his
Oh, heck
family
yeah.
was,
Let me
but,
see that.
Yeah, if you read the top, it still don't give a.
I'm gonna do my research, and we have to close out. I'm gonna find this on my own. You guys have to do your own research,
There
okay?
you go.
You got to do your own research. This is for me, all right? This is my nugget. Do your own research. And any closing remarks, Morris, before we close out?
Peace and love, man. Just keep studying, Mose.
May Allah bless you and keep you. May Allah cause the light of his countenance to shine down upon you and be gracious unto you. May Allah lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give you peace. May the sweet communion of holy breath rest, rule, and abide with you henceforth and evermore. My heart, mind, and soul, so let the words of my meditation, my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Allah, my strength and redeemer. Now may Allah dismiss you from this place, but not its presence. Amen.
Islam. Until next time, we're signing off.
Peace.
Peace.